Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. This video is a bit of a PSA, basically. The aim behind this is to essentially try and protect people, try and help people who may well be putting themselves into a vulnerable position. It's not anything that Street Fighter themselves have done, nothing to do with Crunchyroll, the developers or anything like that. It's actually from other users within the game. Now obviously there is some, at least on the surface level, people claiming that they want to leave the game. So seeing things like accounts going up for sale is something that, while it's against terms of service, it's something that players would probably expect to see, right? It's not uncommon for that to happen. So if someone was potentially looking for an account, they may well think at this point in time it makes sense that this whale would be selling his account for this amount, etc. Okay, but people are trying to capitalise on that, and there is a lot of scams going about just now. I know of one that I've seen personally happening, playing out. It played out via another website that does account selling and that. I'm not going to name the websites because then I'm kind of promoting it. I was also informed that there's been another pretty well-known account. This was brought up on a Discord call last night, and some people who were there might be aware of the actual account, but I'm not going to name anyone because I don't have all the facts right now. Even without all the facts, we can still talk about this to keep people safe. So basically what's happening is the account's being transferred. Once the account's been transferred, people are paying the money because they think, okay, yeah, I've got the account. But then the password's very quickly being changed on the account. The person who sold the account is reclaiming the account and basically just scam someone out of what can be considerable sums of money. You guys might think yourself, well, how much is it going to be? But if someone spent like 20, 30k on an account and then they're trying to sell it to you for 5k, 5k is a lot of money, right? 5k is a lot of money, but someone in their head, if they think, you know what, if I'm going to get a 40, 50 grand account for 5,000, then it doesn't seem necessarily like as much money to them. So there can be a lot of money transferring back and forward during these account sales. Now again, they are against terms of service. You could potentially, if they find a way of tracking this, I've seen it in games before, they could ban accounts that you buy anyway. So you're always taking a risk, right? But with stuff like this, because they can just very quickly change the password before you've got a chance to do anything, you are really leaving yourself at risk. I think most of you probably already have, I don't want to say the common sense, because I'm sure some of you have probably bought accounts before and it's went absolutely fine without a hitch. But this is happening, guys. This is something that's happening, and players are potentially being taken advantage of, you know, because there's nothing you can technically, I mean, apart from like filing police reports and stuff like that, there's nothing potentially you can do. It's not like you can contact Crunchyroll customer services and say, I bought this account, the person changed the password, I want the account back. It's never going to happen. Like the game will protect the person who made the account, and as it should, because there isn't a backdoor system to allow you to purchase accounts. I mean, obviously I've said already that this is a risk that you take, but the facts are, this is happening on, I don't want to say a wide scale, because I don't know how wide it actually goes, but I know of at least 2 high profile incidences that are quite high valued, you know. And from what I've been told, the one that was being discussed in the Discord call last night has now affected at least 5 people. It is a very high level, well-known account, and the player is just basically keeping the money and continuing to play, you know. This might come up again. This account might keep getting used because people are going to think, oh, that's a really well-known account. This person's not going to scam me. But that's not necessarily how it works, you know. When people want money, they'll do what it takes to get that money, and even if it means stealing it from other players, you know. Now I know the game's enjoyable. I know that people want to get a head start. I know that people don't want to spend a lot of money. So if someone's selling an account, say that's got like a SS5 Akuma and Bison and some other things, and it's only going to cost maybe 2, 3, 5 grand or whatever. If they start thinking, well, I would spend maybe 5 times that to try and do that myself, so this is obviously worthwhile for me. It's a bit of a trap, you know. It's something that's attractive to them, and unfortunately, it's fodder for getting scammed. I don't really know any way that you could do it that's not leaving you at risk. The only thing I could think of, and to be honest, this is not me giving advice, this is just me saying what I think I would do in this situation, is obviously to get the account, you need the password. I would possibly myself change the password first. But the problem is, I think through password recovery, because that person who made the account has all the security questions, etc., and they have like the mobile phone number, whatever that's attached to the account, I think they can always override you. As far as I know, I don't think there's any way that you can ever truly own that account, because they essentially own the email address that it's linked to. So they will have the ability to pull that back off you, basically, if they want to, right? With this game, you cannot unlink. So it's not as if you can get the account, unlink their email, and then link your email, and that's it, safe. So you're never like totally protected with this. And the fact that these scams are happening, and the fact that people are seeing it as, well, I can't get a refund, so I suppose I'll just steal other people's money. I mean, that's the only logical thing I can think about. Because if you're a whale who's managed to run your account up to a massive level, why are you stealing from people? You must have disposable income to have done that in the first place. So is it really just a case of you've decided you can't get a refund, so I'll just steal it from other people? I mean, it's a bit sketchy, but the fact that this is going on, guys, I just really think that you need to be careful. You should probably not do it. This is nothing to do with terms of service. This is nothing to do with Crunchyroll or A+ and me trying to, I suppose, help enforce their rules. It's literally, I just don't want to see people getting scammed, you know. If you know this is happening, if you know anyone this has happened to, if you guys want to, if you've got enough evidence to back it up, you can drop names that people should avoid in the comments. That's entirely up to you. I can't stop that from happening. I just don't want to see anyone else lose money to something like this, you know. It's unfortunate. It's criminal. It's criminal. You won't be able to get help through PayPal, because if you pay them via PayPal and it's friends and family, you're not getting your money back. You're not. So there's very little protection for you as a buyer. So all I'm saying is be very careful, be very wary of what you do, and just be aware that this is going on, because there's a strong chance that you could get scammed if you're doing this. So guys, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. We're talking about large amounts of money. You don't want to be just giving them to some scammer who's going to steal from you. Anyway guys, different video from usual. I just thought it was important to get this out there. I think most people are probably sensible enough. Again, don't take that the wrong way if you've bought accounts before. I'm not saying you're not sensible, but all I'm saying is there's a risk attached to these things, and when you do this, unfortunately, there's a certain degree of you have to be willing for your money just to get stolen, and I don't really think most people go into account buying with that in their head. So just be aware that that is something that is going on and it could potentially happen to you. Anyway guys, I've been Hayzink, thanks for watching, and hopefully this doesn't happen to any of you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.